Hello everyone, this is Big Ed 2008 and this is a PC game review. This is my first proper PC game review. The previous one I did on Supreme Commander 2 demo version was sort of like a test bed. I've noticed how popular it is, so I'm going to be doing two of my favourite games, Bioshock and Bioshock 2. Now, because there are so many elements that are similar between the two, I'm doing them at the same time. A little bit of a time saver as well. Now, Bioshock 1. The story takes place in, I believe it's the 1950s. It's after Second World War anyway. And you're in a plane, the plane blows up, you crash. Pretty standard sort of stuff, really. You find yourself in the middle of the sea, you find yourself a little bit of, well, a spire sticking out the sea, actually. You go in, there's a lift, and that's where the game begins. You end up in the city of Rapture. Now, the beginning sequence is pretty good. 1 second. Yeah, sorry about that. I have a bit of a cold, as you can tell by my voice, and it's playing up a little bit. Right, where was I? Oh yes, the beginning sequence. Excellent. You get the sort of little bit of Andrew Ryan backstory. Screen folds down and tells you about the sort of fact he wants to go somewhere there's no censorship on artists or musicians or stories and stuff like that, and basically he has created Rapture because of it. The first encounter with any of the splicers is, I believe, a spider slicer. It's been a little while since I played the game, but it's a spider slicer, I think. And that's shortly after you get introduced to Atlas, aka Fontaine. What else can I say? It's an excellent game. The main weapons in this game are either period style weapons, guns and stuff. Don't get many melee weapons. I think the wrench is about the only one you get, but usually it's handguns, Tommy guns. I think there's a shotgun and a few other bits. I think there's even a makeshift flamethrower. The special powers are plasmids. Basically, you inject yourself and it gives you the power to throw lightning, fire, ice, control machines, control the big daddies, the gentleman on the front here at one point. Tonics that give you hardened skin so that if you're attacked by a splicer they get an electric shock or the attacks are pretty much useless. And stuff like that. I mean, currency, the baseline currency in this game is obviously US dollars. You use that to spend in vending machines to get bullets and pieces of equipment and stuff like that. There's also two genetic chemicals called Adam and Eve, both of which you need basically to survive the game. It's a pretty good story. I mean, throughout the story, to obviously get the main points across, you start off at one point of Rapture. You have to get to somewhere else. Oh, it's been so long, I apologise. And basically along the way you're given the choice on... There are moral choices in this game, and one of them is saving the little sisters. She's perched on his shoulder and in front of him. Excuse me. And you get two separate endings. Although technically three, I prefer to say two. The good ending is you save all the little sisters. You free them. They come out of the boat at the end of it, blah blah blah, you have a happy ending. Your second one is much more aggressive and unpleasant, and you basically harvest them and steal the Adam from their bodies. Now, to get the little sisters, you have to defeat the big daddies. All manner of tactics can be used. Everything from armor-piercing bullets to crossbow arrows that explode when he goes over them. It's pretty good. And it's a good solid game. Very rare that it caused any graphic run or lag on my computer. Now, Bioshock 2 takes place 10 years later. Now, instead of having the original protagonist out of Bioshock 1, you play the dude on the front of the cover, a big daddy. Now, the basic storyline is you're called Delta. You're part of an alpha series of big daddies, basically ones that predate the ones on Bioshock 1. They are smaller, less strong, but also a hell of a lot more versatile. They can use plasmids and weapons, although you can't actually use guns and stuff. You have heavy weapons which are suited to obviously the big daddy style that you got with Gatling guns, dart guns and stuff like that. Excellent touches in that regards. You have the drill, you can dash the drill. Harvesting and rescuing little sisters has been adjusted somewhat. Instead of just harvesting or rescuing them, you get a chance to adopt them. And then you can use them to harvest bodies to get more Adam. Which is excellent idea. And you touch on that briefly in Bioshock 1, but this Bioshock 2 has this down to the T. It's an excellent element to the game. It really is. Now, there's an element which both games share. It's called hacking. You can hack vending machines to make them cheaper. Now, with Bioshock 1, depending on if you bought them out or decided to try and do the full hacking system, you had to make it so that water going through a tube goes out the other side without causing a short circuit. Bioshock 2 has this brilliant little method where it's called hack darts. Basically, you can shoot a vending machine and it's a scale that moves back and forth. And if you get a blue or green, you hack the system. Sometimes, obviously, depending on how difficult it is, you have to do it a little bit more, a little bit less, etc., etc. But it's an excellent little system. You get little turrets with this one. Once the little sister finished harvesting the Adam from corpses, you can rescue her and send her on her way to Miss Tenenbaum, which makes another appearance in Bioshock 2 from Bioshock 1. But one little niggly thing that I've got about this is that in Bioshock 2 you don't find out what happened to her. And there's a bit in a subway station where it's sort of like, oh yeah, you're the Delta, yeah, you can save them, blah 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 blah. Then the bad lady, Miss Lamb, sends a load of splicers after you, and she says, I'll hold them off while we escape. So she disappears, you hold them off, you kick a load of splicer ass, have a lot of fun doing it, she introduces you to this new character, and that's it. You never hear from her again. Kind of shame. With this game, there's a slight difference to the ending. I apologise for skipping ahead, but I'm running out of time. Once you get Eleanor, which is the little sister that you had before you died / fell into a coma, you've got 4 endings. Good ending, medium ending, little bad ending, really bad ending. Good endings, better than the first. Overall review of both games, excellent games, brilliant first persons. I highly recommend these games to anyone. I truly highly recommend these games to anyone. If you want to get a good first person shooter, get these. If you want to get a good game in general, get these. If anyone requests it, I will do an individual Bioshock 1 and Bioshock 2 review and go into better detail on it. This is Big Ed 2008. I'll see you later, guys. Bye bye.